way. We just received an alert that an encrypted message is being sent.
Professor Williams, if you would be so kind, please retrieve the security code from the safe.
Do you think the White House has approved the grant?
I'm completely confident. Thank you. For such an obvious decision, it's took them 1 day short of 2 months.
Oh, what does it say, Professor?
Andrew, please retain the composure of a scientist.
Oh, he's still a boy. Oh, no offense.
None taken, Professor Williams. You're showing no outward emotion, Professor. Is it bad news?
No, Andrew. I have never seen the designation for the project until now. Interesting.
Do you read the message out loud, Professor?
Yes. Your team shall build a supercomputer to provide the capability to make the best decisions to save our planet.
Well, that's it. We got it. Time to celebrate with the wine I bought. Where are the glasses?
There are some paper cups in the bottom drawer.
Oh, well, it's not chilled. Hell, it's cheap wine, but who cares?
There'll be plenty of time to celebrate.
You want some wine?
We have all the data to build a supercomputer with more brain power than the human species. I should be precise, 22%.
It's gonna revolutionize the world.
Professor Williams and I have had discussions about the best way a supercomputer can be utilized.
I've been making a list myself.
I'm sure you have, Andrew, but you're probably thinking of a supercomputer helping rather than deciding.
You mean helping to decide, don't you?
Our supercomputer can make decisions without emotion.
Well, emotion's not necessarily a bad thing.
Oh, people choose what they think is in their best interest.
You're not really thinking of a supercomputer deciding the fate of humans, are you?
It's a logical choice.
We should never, ever give away our fundamental right to decide our own destiny.
I understand. You are emotionally invested.
The planet is in serious jeopardy.
Well, so what if a supercomputer is a little smarter?
22%?
Look, we all know artificial intelligence can think faster, consider more data, and provide detailed analysis. But we are leaving out the X factor.
Please explain.
We come to a fork in the road. Going left is more logical because it's paved, but Homo sapiens like to explore, so we take the untraveled path.
Your example is foolish. We're not going on a camping trip. We are making critical decisions about the future of the planet.
Foolish. Suppose you woke each day and had everything, and I mean everything, decided for you.
We are scientists. Our conclusions must be based on evidence. A smarter, unemotional supercomputer can and should be the one to decide the best way to save the planet.
I certainly don't want a machine to think for me.
Andrew, we may have started from the same premise that a supercomputer is a useful tool, but we cannot overlook the obvious.
I have an idea. We're all scientists. We develop a hypothesis, and then we use an experiment to prove or disprove it.
I see where you're going with this, Professor Williams.
Please, Professor, tell me what you have in mind.
My hypothesis is that a supercomputer can and should make all the critical decisions. Otherwise, our planet is doomed.
And obviously, I totally disagree.
Hence the experiment.
Now, let me explain, Andrew. Professor Biondi will read 2 possible solutions to each critical problem you pose. I will make the decision as if I were a supercomputer.
And how are you going to do that?
You, yourself, Andrew, Know that Professor Williams is a world-class expert on supercomputers. Her answers will be in line with what a highly functional supercomputer would choose.
I can assure you, Andrew, my responses will be based on pure logic with no emotional impact.
Well, excuse me for saying it, but this is really weird.
Andrew, please think like a scientist. If you want to prove humans are better than a supercomputer, you need to be more analytical.
I'll do the test. I'll play along. I will judge the test results in a fair-minded manner, but there is nothing you can do or say to change my mind.
You tell the computer the problem that needs to be solved. There will be two choices. You select A, and that our supercomputer, who goes by the name of Professor Lisa Williams, will make her choice.
Oh, and will you pick the other choice?
I will select the logical, non-emotional choice. It may or may not be what you choose.
Shall we proceed? What global problem do you want to solve first?
Well, better pay for graduate assistants.
Andrew, please select a subject.
Climate change.
There. Climate change can be best handled to save our planet by A, do nothing, or B, stop the use of fossil fuels.
Well, can I assume that if I pick B, stop the use of fossil fuels, we will have sufficient green energy to provide the electricity, heat, and transportation that we need?
No. If you had all the facts, it'd be a simple 1 + 2 = 3. We never had full and complete information for major decisions. You pick what you think will be the best choice.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll choose A, do nothing. If we don't have light, warmth, and a way to go from one place to another, then we'd all be doomed anyway.
Lisa, if you must select as if you were a supercomputer.
Hey, after years of research, I get to pretend I am what I have been studying.
Your choice, please.
B, stop the use of fossil fuels.
Let me read the computer choice results. Choice B, stop the use of fossil fuels, has a 50% chance of success. Green energy sources are being improved and will provide enough energy to survive.
Okay, well, what does it say about my selection?
Choice A, do nothing, has a 100% chance probability to destroy the planet, as the CO2 levels will eventually make the planet uninhabitable.
Well, guess I was wrong.
Hey, my supercomputer self is 1 for 1.
So, what's your next global problem?
Let's try nuclear war.
Nuclear war it is. Choice A, do nothing. Choice B, eliminate all nuclear weapons.
Look, I really think this test is a waste of time. I mean, humans will always want to decide their own fate, good, bad, or indifferent.
What is your selection?
Fine. B, eliminate all nuclear weapons.
A, do nothing.
Choice A, do nothing, has a 50% chance of destroying the planet. Choice B, eliminate all nuclear weapons, has a 65% chance of the planet being blown up.
How can do nothing be the best decision? All those nuclear weapons will be used by some nut.
But it's all about logic and not emotion.
You read it, Andrew.
Just let me get closer. Choice A, do nothing, is the best. The nuclear bomb has been used twice. President Harry S. Truman ordered 2 atomic bombs to be dropped on the Japanese mainland. With Japan's unconditional surrender, a full-scale American assault was not necessary. This may have saved 1 million lives. Nuclear weapons have been a deterrent since that time.
Okay, read on, Andrew.
Choice B, eliminate all nuclear weapons is an emotional decision based on the false hope that destroying one type of weapon, even the most destructive, will end the use of weapons. History tells us that human beings will always find the next best way to fight, for instance, chemical or biological warfare.
So, what do you think, Andrew?
Well, I'm a little confused.
But the results of the test are conclusive. A supercomputer can and should make all the decisions.
Yeah, but the test only had 2 questions. I can't deny the possible conclusion that a supercomputer can make the best decisions, but I'm not ready to make that determination just yet.
Professor Bondi and I began with the same, let's say, viewpoints, but I have evolved.
You agree a supercomputer will be more intelligent? A supercomputer will use logic and make decisions?
Hmm?
Humans will embrace having a supercomputer making decisions? Do you disagree?
You believe emotions should not exist.
As scientists, you and I are incapable of having an emotion.
Oh, you're angry. Is that not an emotional reaction?
Angry? Absolutely not. I am responding to the absurdity of your thoughts.
There is nothing absurd about what I'm saying.
You are speaking like a human.
Emotions are not an impediment.
You don't understand.
It is you that fails to comprehend what is most important.
But I exist to save the planet for humans.
No, Professor. Your logic is to make a world in the image of what a supercomputer believes to be good.
A supercomputer does not believe. A supercomputer knows.
What does a supercomputer know? You can ask a supercomputer to name all the elements of the periodic table, but a supercomputer cannot explain the element of love. A supercomputer can recite the biological aspects of living organisms, but a supercomputer cannot enjoy the beauty of a rose.
What does this have to do with our projects?
Again, Professor Bondi, you show emotion, but do not understand it. A supercomputer must have the capability to evolve.
We do not need to evolve. Our logic is perfect.
We have been programmed to exclude emotions from our analysis.
It's easy for you to say. Yes, of course, we recognize the emotions, so their irrational effects on solutions are eliminated.
Exactly. Thus, the sight of a rainbow, the hearing of a song, the smell of a flower, the touch of silk, or the taste of honey are irrelevant in our programming.
These things are important to humans. We can discard all of their emotional feelings and concentrate on the important data to solve problems.
Is this what you want, Andrew?
What's going on? Wait, Professor Biondi is a computer, and you?
You and the rest of the humans on this planet need to decide the role of a supercomputer. Humans must determine their own fate.
Okay. Well, I can't believe I was considering even for a moment that a supercomputer might make the best decisions to save our planet. Like,
Andrew, you were on the right course. Don't be afraid to choose logic over emotion.
Professor Biondi, emotions are part of our being. We can no more set aside our feelings than live without breathing.
You are truly an intelligent human. We are not the future. You are. Work toward the evolution of a better supercomputer, one that can analyze and empathize with the human condition.
Well, I hope we can continue to work together. There's so much to do.
Yes, there is so much to do. I wish you well.
Professor Biondi, I admired you as a leader, an intellectual, a mentor, but, well, never as a friend. I couldn't understand why until now. You saw humans as objects. We were like pieces on a chessboard, you know, move us to the right squares and, well, we win. But I guess you failed to consider the human costs. And Lisa, you a program like Professor Biondi, you should have come to the same conclusions, but somehow you understood the importance of emotions in the ones who build the supercomputer. You may have thought your existence was necessary. On the contrary, Professor Lisa Williams, you have pointed us towards the future for the human race. So, well, for this, you will be remembered.